Well, alrighty, buddy. Welcome. Alrighty, buddy. All right, everybody. But I like that too. Alrighty, buddy. You buddies, you old pals. Come on down. Come on in. You're watching Hypocritic GG. Streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou. I'm Cheatspeak. And tonight we're doing something a little different. We're doing something a little fun. We're doing something a little quirky. We are having the much anticipated Wii U throwback night here tonight. Hey, come on in. Welcome, welcome. We dug the Wii U out of storage, out of the abyss, and it has returned for everyone to love and enjoy, and that's going to start with some multiplayer games here tonight. I estimate we're going to get a lot of love out of the Wii U over this year. As the networking, we prepare for the full networking and online shutdown of the console later this year. Sometime in April, if not sooner, so we're not taking any chances on this. We are going right in with what games and online features remain for the Wii U. And that means some multiplayer games here tonight. So we're going to take a look at 3 titles that I brought home. 3 titles that still have some level of online functionality or some sort of online component that I want to check out. We're going to do it in 3 parts. Number 1, we're going to play that OG Mario Kart 8 right here, which is loaded up for us. And we're going to remember what that multiplayer was like. Spoiler alert, I booted it up a little bit today to test it and make sure everything was updated. It is a lot slower than it is on the Switch. Just to get into the whole thing is kind of crazy. You can also see here, just as I'm sort of looking at it, I can't flip through the menu, but you can see all the fun virtual console stuff that I have on here and you know, some of the games that maybe we'll look at another time. We'll move into Splatoon 1 and hopefully get some matches in on the original Splatoon, and then we will head over to the original Super Mario Maker where there is no more online functionality, but we will play through blind all of the courses that I originally uploaded to the service while it was still available that I personally made on the Wii U. I haven't touched them in many, many, many years. I don't remember what I made. I don't remember what's going on with any of them, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But we're going to start with good old Mario Kart 8. And you can see, I think, here, just from the load situation, it's much, much different than it was on... or now that it is on Switch. Just get a load of this.
Mario Kart 8!
How about that? Alrighty, well, you know the drill, everybody. Online play and playing with us online has taken on a new meaning here tonight, so if you want to, friend us on your damn Wii U, if you haven't already. And spoiler alert, none of you have, because I haven't touched this thing in many, many years. So here we go. We can potentially all play online here together. No way. Due to server maintenance, the service you attempted to access is not available at this time. Are you shitting me? Oh, give me a goddamn break. We intentionally carved out this time to play Mario Kart online with all of you, and the server's down for maintenance if it's even still available at all. That's frigging hilarious. Okay. So we're going to pivot here quickly, and I'm going to put you on a chair stream here for a hot second. Because we are going to try a different game. We are going to quickly head over here to the original Splatoon and see if that fares any better for us. Man, that is embarrassing and hilarious, and oh my god. I just have to check and see if it actually is down for some reason, because that is just so good. Maybe it's actually not available. That's entirely possible. Let's try let's try Splat 1 here. Now, well, fantastic load, by the way, for this. Just really gets you hyped. And you're going to see how much kind of difference there really is between something like this game and Splatoon 3, where it's just so much more refined, and it kind of found its legs. It really looks and feels very different in its own way here. Like, obviously the broad strokes are going to be pretty much the same, but it's weird how, I don't want to say unrefined, but maybe almost even a little more cartoonish or something like that. This really is. So we're in. And again, this was all working earlier today, so I'm hoping you need to connect to the internet and receive the latest news. Am I not online? Due to server, is it really everything? That's impossible. That is impossible. I just did this today. What are you talking about? I'm Squid. I am Squid and I give up. Not even. I am online, right? All right, let's go on a little journey here, ladies and gentlemen, and try to figure out what's going on. I have to go out to... Do I have to go out to the home screen to get to system settings? I think I do. That's... We don't miss this part of the Wii U experience, do we? I'm going to temporarily take off the game that we're playing here just to ensure that everything's okay here. Oh man, how are we all doing there, chat? This is hilarious. And you kind of can't ask for more here. Thankfully, we can do this all privately on the gamepad. Which I'm doing right now, and you don't need to see, so it is all totally... Now, I just downloaded a bunch of updates and did all this like several hours ago. It all was fine until it wasn't. We will see if we can solve that. The connection test was successful. So we have all this ready to go now. Let's go back to Splat here and see if we can't get ourselves going. Pal World on Wii U? You wish. Oh, don't you wish that? I think we all do. Secret. We just dance around mercifully waiting for the main menu to load. Alright, so let's try this again and see if the Wii U gods have actually betrayed me here and somehow taken all of the games that I wanted to play today offline for maintenance. Somehow. I would just die. I'm looking on social media or any website or anywhere that I could find information about this. Not that everyone's going to be screaming, jumping up and down like, oh my god, it went offline again. But let's see. So it looks like Nintendo of America just actually posted an update today. As of April 8th, online play and other functionality that uses online communication will end for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software. Thank you very much for your continued support of our products. Until March 11th, you can merge your unused Nintendo eShop balance to your Nintendo account so it can be used on Nintendo Switch. So they killed Miiverse a long, long time ago. And well, that has my dude here, so let's head over to the lobby and see if this made a difference. Participate in online battles, you need to connect to the internet, which I did. We just all watched me do that. Don't even toy with me now. Unable to connect to the server. Am I a fool? Am I a fool for trying this? I swear to you this worked. I did this at what? It's 9:15. I did this at like 3, 4 o'clock today. Everything was fine. I went in, it pulled up all the systems, everything was good. Apparently not. That is hysterical. So they killed Miiverse a while ago. And that... Where's it get Asperger? Where are all these ones coming from? Are these just the last people I played with years and years ago? Who's to say? But yeah, Miiverse went down, so you don't get, like, the comments on your levels. A lot of the social features went down. But online multiplayer still works. Now, it was offline for, like, 5 months straight or something insane last year. But technically, the services are still available. But because these products like to make an absolute nut job out of me, it's gonna be the case that it won't work now. Of course. That's fantastic. All right, well, we're gonna switch back to Mario Kart again just to see if any of this is working. That sucks. Now we can walk through all these incredibly slow menus. Error code computer says no. But it was all there. You know, I went on and even looked at my ranking in Mario Kart 8, you know, the original. And I was only like 10 or 11,000. So I've really made significant strides on Switch, if you can believe that. Which maybe you'll get to see here, maybe you won't. And we may have to do Wii U throwback another night. If it doesn't cooperate here. So we get to go through another like 2-minute load just to get to the Mario Kart here. What should we play, chat, if this doesn't work? Because that was my meat and potatoes for tonight, and that is really unfortunate that we might not be able to do it. So taking suggestions, I might pop in something on the Switch, or maybe we play Hearthstone and do some Pal World. I'm not buying Pal World. Not doing it. You do this. There it is. All right, so maybe we're good here. Let's see. We're going to try starting with Mario Kart 8. Oh, it's on Game Pass. Oh, even worse. Oh, no. All right, so let's give this a go. Same deal. Rosalie on a bike all day. It's the Mario Kart we all know and love. I'm a little nervous that it put me into a lobby by myself already. We may need to go worldwide to get anybody in here. I'm just going to go ahead and pick one to get this started. And again, if you've got your Wii U out there and you want to join in the fun here, you are more than welcome to do so. You just friend me via the Nintendo Network ID, which should be CheatSpeak, and that'll all be hunky-dory here. So let's go ahead and put up that we're playing Mario Kart 8 again. Which it looks like there's no one playing. Maybe because it was down for a little bit. Or something else was... I was really excited to play OG Splatoon on here, too, which was going to be a fun little throwback to a Splat game that I was a lot more confident. Maybe that's what we do. We just go play Splat 3 and do some Salmon Run instead. How about that? It is my blurry little me hanging out there. It's amazing what 720p to 1080p will do, even for a title like this. I don't know how well it translates on stream, but I'm gonna take this to worldwide, which I also maybe have 11,000 in, and we're gonna see if we can get any players this way, because probably, you know, I could imagine that there might not be a ton of of traction here. There we go. We're spectating. So we have a lobby at least worldwide, and even that is. I forgot that it used to tell you your specific location where you were. So we have Florida, Guerrero, Mexico, Tokushima, Japan, and obviously none of the Booster Course Pass content here. So it is going to be pure Mario Kart 8 before there were double item boxes, before, you know, you could hold 2 items at a time. It was a free for all back in the day, and it's going to be wild to see how differently Deluxe plays in comparison to this, and kind of having those old reflexes come out again. Big gaps in the players here, you can see. So yeah, I have a feeling that it dropped us right into a lobby for regional play because we were the only regional lobby that the game had. So it basically created one for us, and then anyone else who was seeking would have dropped in. So we at least have a couple people in this worldwide lobby. And again, if any of you out there have your Wii U available or close by and you want to give it a go, you can join on us. We are Cheat Speak on here, because that's what I am everywhere. And we will have at it. I'm hoping Splat 1 becomes available at some point tonight. We'll try again after giving this a few races, just to refresh ourselves on the whole thing. And in we go. All right, so we're going to do the same rules as well, chat, where you can vote on our tracks too if you'd like. 1 to 4 going across. Just drop that in chat. So 1 would be Wario's Gold Mine here, 2 is Wildwoods, 3 is Electrodrome, and 4 is always random. And that'll be good. Otherwise, we'll hit, 2 or 3 seconds on the countdown, and we will get moving. So this is, in cases like this, it's not as dramatic. We gotta go Electrodrome here. It's maybe not as dramatic a loss, right? Because you have basically this exact same online experience, but a little bit better in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, and that will be supported for who the hell knows how long. It doesn't say the speed, which I find interesting. And I don't know that you can change your region either, so it's just going to always list me as Pennsylvania. That's sad that that went away. I liked having just that little extra detail of, where people are from. Alrighty. It's weird, so we're playing it on the gamepad, which is just out of frame here. That's the single item box. But otherwise, it is Mario Kart 8 as you remember it, so not a whole lot of difference here. Insane red shell spam, not as much of an issue in this version, of course, because you can't have 4 red shells behind you and a single coin and banana to defend yourself with. Or, they can have triple reds and we can get hit despite having a defensive item anyway. So who even cares is my point. Now, one thing you could do on the gamepad, which I just did for myself, is you could put up basically just a big horn in the center of the screen, but it would also show you on the left-hand side, which is hard to show you while I'm playing, what items every other player is currently carrying. So you can see if, the player in first ahead of you has a red shell or a green shell. You can see if the player behind you has a red shell. So if you need to conserve an item or not, you'll know. So it's a little hard to focus on both screens at once, but it gives you all the information you need to play it tactically and appropriately. So that's really interesting. So I see Donkey Kong behind me is pulling an item box, and he does have a red shell. So he'll shoot that relatively soon, I'd imagine. And maybe it looks like well after I hit that item box. Again that happened! Is that just a thing? And we come through with it anyway, but you saw it twice there. I think the red shell kind of came up under me, and the held item didn't really make a difference. That's all. So there you go. Okay, so that's a good one down. Let's keep going. Otherwise, it plays very much like Mario Kart 8 on Switch because it is. The double item boxes and lack of the ability to see what someone has behind you kind of makes the Switch version a lot more chaotic and volatile than the Wii U version. You can give us a vote here, chat, as well. We've got 1, Ribbon Road, 2 is Wario Stadium, 3 is Neo Bowser City, and 4 is random. So we're going to go ahead and vote. We're going to do Neo Bowser City here. Again, remember, there's no Booster Course Pass, so it's just the 2 original DLC packs for this. And we've got Wario Stadium anyway. Again, it doesn't show the speed, so is it 100cc? Is it 150cc? I think it's just 150 after a certain rank. How it used to do it was, I think when you were really kind of low level and low rank, it would maybe intentionally put you in slower lobbies. But now, obviously, online in the Switch version, there's some more variation there. But otherwise, yeah, no major surprises here. It's one item box, so you really don't have to go out of your way to get the double item and play that defensive strategy if you don't want to. Very much the same game we're all used to. And have been for nearly a decade at this point. And it's one of those things where you just hold on to that banana all day. Because I'm not dropping it, guaranteeing myself a coin and taking the hit. So, second place behind me has a Super Horn, or they did, and they just fired it, so no one really has items behind me at this point. I wish you could see that. I will try to hold it up to the camera as soon as I finish the race, just so you can see what that looks like. So, no item in second, 2 green shells in third, which just moved up to second. But they're well behind me at this point, so those green shells are not going to make much of a difference. They're going to need some firepower. I'm looking down. They have a fire flower now, so they're asked and answered, I suppose. It does make it just much more commanding from that perspective to see what everyone has on the gamepad. It really is a much different experience. And that was interesting where, especially in the early days of Wii U to Switch conversions and ports, there were a lot of those features and gameplay mechanics that took great advantage of the Wii U gamepad second screen that you naturally lost because of the move to the Switch. So there we've got a red shell coming finally. And again, it just doesn't seem to matter that I have it behind me. I get whacked on hills, it seems. We still got a fair bit of distance here. Going into one more item box. And they are cooking it up as we speak, and they've got a fire flower, so we're just going to drop that. And call it a race! So here maybe you can see. It's backwards, but there's the... No, it's not. There's the list of everyone they're finishing. You can see the items that they have next to your horn. And the bunch of stuff on the right. You can flip back to the full screen mode if you want to play in the gamepad. There's the mini-map and some control options. So there you go. Again, gameplay, broad strokes, is pretty much the exact same except for that double item box modification that, And there are other, like, nips and tucks that the Switch version does. There's no I don't believe there's Ultra Mini Turbos in this, for example. The pink Sparks. There's only the regular orange turbos. And the double item boxes to kind of refine that model on Switch in terms of managing those items. So we're going to go Baby Park here for Baloney, because of course every race is an opportunity for Baby Park. That's just the rules. I don't make them, I enforce them. And we got Mount Wario anyway. So it's not like it matters. So we got Stray Kids from Quebec. We got Big Bully still from Florida. It's really interesting because I loved having that kind of worldly perspective. I remember in Mario Kart Wii online, as you entered an online lobby, you would see, and it would like kind of rotate the world and show your character in the specific region you're playing in. And I always loved that. It gave you a real good sense of kind of camaraderie and a real sense that you were playing with people from all around the world, and it felt just a little more connected in that way. A little less anonymized. So that was just always a cool little touch. That they've gotten away from more and more as the platforms have matured and the games have evolved. And you can see, you know, it doesn't matter what item box I get here, so all of that kind of makes a difference. He's out of here. And thought he was getting away from me, but not really. Get that just in time. I want to try to show you that there's no Ultra Mini Turbo in this either. I don't have a good turn for it just yet. Why'd I do that? I mean, that was pretty opportune anyway. Get off of this quick. Dude bro's cruising. Hard to see if he does have an item up because I'm trying to play and look at the same time. Getting a lot of bombs here, and he's just got that banana. I'm just going to hose everyone behind me here. We got a blue shell coming anyway, which is now nice and easy to see. He's going to go fishing for that super horn. He doesn't get it. Triple reds for yours truly. We popped his item, so we're just going to hold on to this. And that is just the ultimate kind of slap in the face, right? You got one guy up ahead of you. Could have a damn banana for all you know. We got a red shell coming behind us. We're going to need some timing on it, maybe. Or not. He's probably defending himself for second. That's what I'd probably do there. If I saw there were double red shells in front of me in first, that's just, why even bother, you know? But there we go. Looking good. You can't see the points, but I'm racking them up. We're at 11,099 currently. How sweet it is. It's an interesting situation because at this point, you know, aside from something like Splatoon 1 that never made it over to the Wii U or the Switch, there's not a whole lot really left on Wii U, I don't think, in terms of sort of exclusive or online experiences that weren't like kind of neutered or otherwise kind of taken away with Miiverse shutting down. So, for example, you know, we'll probably pop in Super Mario Maker toward the end of the night tonight, just to show, you know, some of the courses that I built back in the day and a little bit of what that original experience was like, if you're curious about it. And a lot of that online functionality was built around Miiverse, the ability to kind of favorite and bookmark courses that you liked, leave comments, and, you know, otherwise interact with a community on certain stages. And when Miiverse went down years and years ago, at this point, what are some of these names? We got Texas, Arkansas, Guanajuato, all the good stuff. When Miiverse went away, you know, you lost a lot of that fun and unique functionality that gave a lot of these games a little bit of connected flair. Mario 3D World was another one. You know, that lost the Miiverse comments that you would see after stages. You'd see what other players thought of a specific, wow, that's the worldwide lag for you. So we can take that turn really sharp, just like we used to. And we are off and running. So you lose a lot of that. And it was always kind of additive. That was never... So there you see no Ultra Mini Turbo. I would have had it by then. So broad strokes, again, the same, but the minutia of it and actually playing it is quite a bit different. And when you get down to it on the level that I do or we do on the channel here a lot of the time, you know, they are quite distinct in terms of how you might approach them from, let's say, a more competitive perspective. How you would play this particular Mario circuit, you know, not having to go out of your way for your double item boxes, not having to worry about... you know, building up your Ultra Mini Turbos, whatever the case is. Like, I can fire this off right now and not have to wait for it. Get another one going. Playing, you know, with the old lightning behavior in mind. When the shock hits you, you know, you fall down pits. Your glider doesn't stay up, because that was something they added in the Switch version. Did I get hit with something? It's a little more generous with defensive items here as well. We're going to miss that mushroom because we are that good. Ooh, and my own banana, too. This game's meaner than I remember. All right, Slick Rick. I think you're so slick. And he comes out of it before me, too, I think. And second is what we're going to have to settle for here, I think. Unless I can catch him at the very end here. Oh, that was so close! That's why you factor in stuff like ground speed versus air speed versus water speed. All that kind of fun stuff. So it's just really interesting. I do think those changes were ultimately for the better, where... I think the Ultra Mini Turbos, the double item boxes, I guess, stuff like the glider changes, are a little better for the overall kind of health of the experience. The double item boxes do make things a lot more chaotic and gives it a bit more of a quote-unquote Mario Kart vibe. We might have a full lobby here, which is super cool. So many years later, what, we're almost 9 years later, with it readily available on the Switch for like 7 now. Still finding full lobbies on the Wii U, which I think is really, really heartwarming. Because, you know, there are still people out there who do play it. Now, you do have the gamepad functionality, too, so I can tap around, and that's nice. So you do lose some things, like having, you know, the ability to see what items everyone around you has is obviously a huge deal. You know, filling up half of the touchscreen with the horn is just hilarious. So, I don't know. What I was driving at before and sort of saying was, there aren't a ton of really exclusive experiences that we're going to lose when the Wii U service is shut down April 8th, I think they said. I would like to do this again closer to then, if not like the night of or the night before, just to give it like a proper farewell, right? You know, what I'm sort of driving at here is sometimes when services go down, you really feel it. Like that original Halo 3 lobby experience. Yeah, you can still play Halo 3 on Master Chief Collection, but it's not the same as it was on 360, where you had the lobbies, you had the entire online experience as opposed to just kind of differentiated maps plugged in one at a time, you know what I mean? And again, aside from Splatoon 1 and, you know, factoring in other games that didn't make it, there's not a whole lot I feel like that's missing. You know, the Miiverse shutdown kind of factored in a lot of that already. I don't know how they got so far ahead. I think we smacked him down, but it brought him forward anyway. Did he drop down yet? He did. So that's one example of the shock behavior, you know, working differently between the games. If I had thrown the shock there, it wouldn't have made a difference. How'd I get a coin and he get a banana? That's crazy. That shortcut always makes me nervous. But that's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't feel as sort of bummed about it because a lot of the cool things that we kind of all signed up for went away anyway. We hit that right on time. We get to watch him go. Thought that would clear in time. It did not. I don't know where he came from. Did he get anything? He did not, so we get to fire at will here. Or he did and it wasn't showing? Sus. Throwback night because of the 4-8 announcement of it going offline. Eric's here. Hello. Yes and no. So we had this planned, I think, for about a week or two. And as we were trying to get everything together, I did just happen to see that it was also announced today that the formal shutdown date is April 8th. So convenient timing there. But welcome in. Come on in. We're doing a little throwback night here tonight. So the agenda, if everything works properly, is Mario Kart 8, the original experience that we're doing now. Splatoon 1, and we're going to revisit some of the original Super Mario Maker courses that I made available online that got feedback and plays and things like that, so we can take a look at them. We're inviting all comers here, so if you have your Wii U, make sure to friend me, CheatSpeak, on your console, and you can join in the lobby. We're in a worldwide lobby at the moment, because that's all that we could matchmake in. And we're probably going to give it another 15-20 minutes of Kart 8 before we try to swap over to Splatoon. I was getting a little nervous because I was getting servers down for maintenance and unable to connect messages for the first, like, 20 minutes of getting either game to work, where everything was fine this afternoon, of course, when I tried it. But yeah, we're talking about kind of how a lot of what made the Wii U special and unique is already kind of gone. With Miiverse gone, with the Wii, with the eShop gone, and the Virtual Console, I believe, no longer available for new purchases. So a lot of that uniqueness is no longer there. Now, as we were saying, there are some sneaky differences between Kart 8 and Kart 8 Deluxe that do make this experience playing online different. And the overall gameplay is different between the two. Ultra mini turbos, double item boxes, shock behavior, all that kind of stuff. But we're giving it some love here tonight. And we will do so as long as the servers are available for the 4-8 shutdown as well. And we've got an 8 in second place, so that tells you how this is going. He's holding on to that super horn for dear life, and that's just insanely rude. Look at the knockback I got on that, too. We're one item at a time at the moment, so you see that the item boxes stay inaccessible for a lot longer, and it takes them longer to regenerate in this as well. I remember them cutting down that time considerably for the Switch release at some point. I think that did change somewhere along the way in a title update. I love bonking that thing. That's my great pastime, is bonking that thing. As well it should be. Accidentally two of those. Tried to outrun the red shell, did not work, and that's just insulting at this point. I think that took all our coins, too. I can't even get a drift going. Well, that was a little rough, wouldn't you say? Legit shocked there are still people playing this online. Yeah, that's what I was saying before, too. You know, we've had... Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U has been out for going on 9 years, because it came out in 2014. The Switch version has obviously been available since, what, like April, May 2017? It was borderline a launch title for the Switch, so that's been coming up on 7 years. Do I have that math right? Or did this launch in 2013 or 2014? I know they were like desperate to get a Mario Kart out on this system because the Wii U was doing so poorly. It came out May 29th, 2014. So yeah, we're coming on 10 years for this, and then we're coming on 7 years for the Switch. That all makes sense. And yeah, it's amazing the longevity this has. Now, there's obviously caveats, like I couldn't find a regional lobby to just play with people, you know, USA, Mexico, Canada. I was the only person looking there. So there is some, like you would see in online games, playlist consolidation. As the population diminishes, you kind of have to gather around just one or two specific, maybe game types or modes. What a world. Yeah, 10-year-old Mario Kart, and we're still going. Has any other Mario Kart had that level of longevity? Is what I'm curious about. It's rare for this to happen, but not unheard of, you know. Again, going back to the Halo 3 example, the 360 services for that game and its online were available for, I want to say, almost 15 years when that got shut down. Because that was maybe somewhere in 2021 or 2022 those games went away. Can't recall. So you do occasionally see, although it's a fair bit less common now, you will see some older titles just maintain insane longevity. And this, I think, is a great example. I didn't even... Is that a boomerang behind me? I guess so. In front of me. And, you know, I could know that if I would look down at the tablet every now and again. And see what items are behind me. It's really hard to kind of look between the screens, I will admit. I went over that. Awesome. That is a pro gamer highlight moment, if ever there was one. We are cruising here, comfortably hanging out in fourth. Again, it's that, you know, one player gets so far ahead, everyone just gets spammy kind of items and places don't change a whole lot. Blue shell is doing something. Who even fired it? How far ahead are they? I don't know what's happening. Waiting for it to drop me out at the worst possible moment. The Bullet Bill outraced me. How about that? That's crazy. All right, let's talk Wii U memories here, chat, as I start to look up some of these Mario Kart service availability times. How long was Mario Kart? This is a real technical Google search here, too. How long was Mario Kart Wii online for? Online play via Nintendo Wi-Fi connection on Mario Kart Wii was available until its discontinuation on May 20th, 2014, and that game came out April of 2008, so that was about 6 years of availability for the DS, or for the Wii version. Put that in perspective. One of the most popular ones and best-selling ones. That's interesting. How long was Mario Kart DS online for? Also discontinued in 2014, and that was released in 2005. So that's about 8.5 years, which is right around where we are here, actually. So maybe this isn't as insane of a situation as it may sound at first. You know, there's a good history of online availability here for a lot of these titles. And Mario Kart 7, I believe, is even still available. Yes, it is. That's one I would love to go back and revisit. I don't know how I'd stream it, but that, for perspective, has been up for, it looks like 12 years. Can you imagine that? Mario Kart 7 came out in North America on December 4th, 2011 for the 3DS. So that game has been available online for 12 years. More than that. No, yeah, 12 years and change. So you actually want to talk longevity. Mario Kart 7 may be the king. So what I think we've learned here is that Kart 8's 9 years of availability here is not really an outlier in terms of the online service. And not even the longest tenured... Oh, that's just rude. Not even the longest tenured Mario Kart game in the series in terms of online availability. So I'm definitely learning a lot today. That's just rude. So that's really interesting, chat. Did you know any of that? Because this is all very much news to me. I'm really, really surprised that the other karts have enjoyed so much longevity. And ironically enough, it seems like Kart Wii ends up kind of being the least available one with, what, 6 years or so of availability? That's very cool. And not what I would have expected. That's the problem with firing them all off at once. You will destroy a lot of those offensive weapons that you really need. And a solid third there. Wow, okay. Wii U memories. Only thing found is Xbox 360 ODST memories. No, Wii U, NRCI. No real console involved. This is a myth. This I just made this for a prop. It's all a show. It's a sham. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that's pretty crazy to think about. Wow. Well, chat, what I think we've gathered from this is that we're going to quickly check myself on Wii U, and it seems that there's more people online Mario Kart 8 than usual. And you know what? That I will 100% chalk up to the announcement. So when I started tonight, I was the only person streaming base Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. I don't know if that's still the case, but as you typically kind of see, I did vote Baby Park because every race is an opportunity for Baby Park. Let's be real. I would not be surprised if over the next few weeks and months you see exactly what we're talking about, where people come on to reminisce and get nostalgic about the console and the games before they go away forever. We certainly did that with Halo 3 and Halo Reach back in the day. A couple of years ago when those shut down. So no great surprise there, I think. They're going way too fast, right? Like that's a little weird. They're going a little too fast? I think so. It's all this single item business. How are they that far ahead? I also have to imagine that Nintendo has long since given up on any kind of cheating or game integrity protection on this. So that, yeah, they are They have to 100% be either cheating or something is wrong with how that cart is built. Look how far ahead they are on the minimap there. Missed that. And there was a big exploit that took all of these Wii U games down, including Kart 8 and Splatoon, for something like 5 months while they patched it. Just pretty ludicrous to think about. But quite real. They are so far ahead. I don't know if they're like exploiting something or what the dealio is. But that's wild. I'm going to lurk, aiming to get Solid Snake. Go for it. Thanks for hopping in here, Eric. And if you want to hop on later, we're going to be wrapping up Kart fairly soon and moving over to Splatoon 1 if the services are cooperating. Oh, we got him. Oh, dropped me out just in time. No, it didn't. Okay. That was close. 5-month outage, yes. Eric just said, I am at 1,111 GP and was able to quickly check 3 different Foolish lobbies. Before you go, Eric, was that worldwide or regional for you? Because when I popped on here, I had no regional lobbies available. I was just sitting alone in a room. J. Jonah Jameson. Is that an accent? Who's to say? We're going Sunshine Airport here. Let's see. Oh, accent. I see. You've redeemed an accent time. It could be. It's just a gruff manner of speaking. Get me pictures of Spider-Man. Worldwide, I found only one dude in regional. Yep, there you go. Yeah, so worldwide seems to be going pretty well. Get back in here. We need you. Get back out of here. You're done. You're fired. So that's consistent at least. Yeah, maybe Jay Jonah will tell you about this 5-month outage once we have our next race here on Sunshine Airport. Classic, of course. Oh, man. I remember playing Kart 8 in tournaments, like at PAX, bringing my Wiimote. And getting dunked on initially. This is back in like 2015 or 2016, because if you didn't bring a nunchuck, I think you had to play with motion controls on the Wiimote, which was not super fun, I can tell you that much. It looks like our cheating friend might be gone, so we may have a fairer race coming up here. Chaz and his lone banana behind me. Again, I can see it on the screen, which is just delightful. And with no booster course pass tracks to worry about, we are just smooth sailing on everything that we've known and loved for close to 10 years, baby. Ain't that the truth? Did we start fishing for a super horn? I don't know. And is it just me, chat, or does this feel a fair bit less chaotic, too? You know, not having those double items flinging around. It does feel a fair bit more controlled and under your own control. We have Daddy Doug in second place behind me, so do watch for Daddy Doug being #daddy. Now, even when the lobbies were completely full, it didn't feel as nuts. Or as Mario Kart-y, you might say, as the Switch version does. And this is where we should have gone hunting, maybe. Can we get off of this? No more glider segment, and we can. That's about as good as we can ask for there. Slick Rick is in second, has that banana, not going to catch us. It's nice when you can secure yourself the win like that, and you know, all right, guy behind me has a banana, don't have to worry about it. Lock it in. Really informs how you play. Which is, again, something I'll miss. I think Splatoon 1 was a similar kind of way, which maybe you'll see when if and when we start playing that. You had the entire map available to you on the gamepad, so you could see, without having to press a button or lose control of your guy, what the current state of the match was. And I remember for Splatoon 2, that always felt like kind of a step back, because all of a sudden I can't see and gameplay and tap where I'm, spawning in and all those kinds of things. Classic tracks on classic hardware. Someone grab the Game Gear. You right. So about that 5-month outage. Let me look up. I'm looking up some official. Here we go. This is on Kotaku. The Great Wii U server outage of 2023 is over. Splatoon and Mario Kart 8 spent 5 months offline for maintenance. For months, those players on Wii U were completely cut off from one another after Nintendo brought the game's multiplayer servers offline to address an unspecified vulnerability. So it was for a very, very long-running effort to fix a security issue. Which I will tell you more about right after this. Right after this race. We're not going to break, obviously. That would be funny, though, right? Mid-race, we just cut to a commercial or the standby screen or something. We're just dunking on him, just to do it. Just to do it, But he's got a red shell ahead of us. We're going to try to break that down here. We got him anyway. Like that. Again, not having the Ultra Mini Turbos really can change how you approach these tracks. You maybe don't hold your drifts as long. You can optimize to get another smaller one. You can get whatever the hell item box you want and not feel like you're at a disadvantage. So there's pros to it, I think. It's not exclusively a good thing that, you don't have double item boxes here. Trying to be cute. You're trying to be cute. You are. You are trying to be cute. And knock me off at the same time? Knock me off the track? You being a little cutesy boodle? I don't know about that. Oh, wow. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. How's that for skinnier teeth? Creeping ahead here. See what we can do. There's that massive mushroom shortcut at the end, so it's not to my advantage to be in first here. And, I could just look down and see who's got the mushrooms and who doesn't, but that takes some foresight. Okay, so in terms of that vulnerability, the security vulnerability, according to a Nintendo data miner, is almost certainly what was called ENL buffer pwn, which could allow an attacker to take over your console just by connecting to them online. This exploit affected many of Nintendo's games on the Switch, along with Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. Whatever the issue was, it didn't end up being a quick fix. The outage went from lasting days to weeks to months. Service finally resumed on August 3rd, 2023, over 150 days later. And this is where I was talking about wanting to take advantage of the online services while they're still there. Nintendo did say in a statement, if further issues occur which make it difficult to continue supporting online play, we may have to discontinue online play for Wii U games Splatoon and Mario Kart 8 at short notice. Should this occur, please note that offline play would continue to function normally. And then they want to talk about, Deluxe doesn't let you turn off DLC, which I guess you can do in this version. It may not offer 100cc at higher tiers anymore, and it has the second item box, so it is a fair bit more chaotic. So this is a slightly more, let's say, chill or less insane way to play Mario Kart. So I can, again, understand the desire to have it around and why people keep playing it. But it is also an accessibility kind of thing. You know, there are still people out there. I know Drake's Cove talks about this a lot when he pops on stream. He doesn't have a Switch. So if he wants to play Mario Kart, you know, he is firing up Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. And while I think that's a less and less common scenario, you know, that certainly is understandable, where you don't have updated hardware to play these games on, so you rely on the last generation version. And you can see it's still perfectly playable, you know, little quirky things aside. The experience is intact, and it's just as good as it was when this game first launched almost 10 years ago, and that's really to be commended. As far as, you know, preservation of the experience and online. But again, something we found out tonight that Nintendo really excels at, especially in this generation. As we, you know, just said, the longest tenured Mario Kart game in terms of online availability is Mario Kart 7, which is going on over 12 years of availability, which is just crazy to think about. And like I had said before, that's one that I definitely do want to try to revisit somehow before the services end. I can't stream it, and I'm not going to, like, mod my 3DS to put a capture card in it, but I think it'd be fun to do. Oh, beautiful timing there. And so many people were in Stars or in Bullet Bill, it's really rough if you weren't at that point. You're almost out of the running. Did you destroy it for him? Why would you do that? Is this like Ricky Bobby action, shake and bake? Am I getting punked right now? You don't often see that, friends. I'll tell you that much. Solid second, though, so that is cool. All right. What do you say we try to switch over to Splatoon and see if that online service is cooperating now? I'm going to give that a go here. So let's change out the game we're playing. We'll back out. You don't have taunts here. This is interesting. And we will give Splatoon a try. Of course, we got to go in, close software, and it just takes forever to switch doing anything. You have to go, I think, still back to the menu to go into system settings. And it is not a trivial process. Let me tell you that. All right. I'm going to take a quick break, grab a beverage here. Wet my whistle, and we're going to dig into, hopefully, Splatoon in just a minute or two. So you're watching Hypocritic GG, streaming exclusively on Twitch. I'm Lou, I'm Cheatspeak, and we are doing some Wii U throwback online action for you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, hopefully with, again, original Splatoon gameplay. So do bear with us. Okay, we're back. You are watching Hypocritic GG, streaming exclusively on Twitch. I'm Cheat Speak, and we hopefully have some OG Splatoon here for you. With a very fun load here. I like the arrow-shaped splaphone on the bed as well. It's fun to kind of see how these games papered over the very long load times on Wii U. That is one thing, too. You really start to appreciate how much better the Switch experience is than the Wii U in a lot of ways. Yeah, I know when it first came out, a lot of people argue that, we are good. Okay, so this really wasn't working before. We are set to go now. Look how quick this intro is. You just roll right through it, get the stages. And you're in. And this is, what I was saying. It's going to be interesting to see how this really fares in comparison to the newer ones, because it feels a lot more kind of cartoonish and a little less polished up than the newer ones do. So that's just really interesting. All right, we're going to update this to tell the world that we are playing Splat 1. And again, if you are up for it, please do join us. Add me. Cheat Speak on your Wii U if you'd like to play. We are going to hop right into a turf war here, if there even are matches to join at this point. And it looks like there may well be. We have a bunch of people connected already, so this is going to be a really interesting litmus test, too. Just to see if there are... I'm seeing 20 viewers of Splatoon streams. Splatoon 1 streams at the moment. So this is going to be interesting to see if maybe we run into anybody here. And here we are. Aside from those little UI changes with, text and font choices, it's kind of crazy how consistent the Splatoon experience has been over the years. Not a whole lot's really changed. Look how very, very similar this is compared to Splat 3. But that doesn't change much either, does it? Now I do get to tap the screen, and again I get a kind of bird's eye view of, I can look at the match progress at any time. Which again is just one of those unfortunate things that we lost when the second screen was no longer there. We got our Kraken buddy. Didn't really help in that instance, and this is what we're gonna have to put up with, I think. Anyone still playing this game at this point is probably insanely optimized. It's surprisingly not insanely out of hand yet, which is interesting. And stay out of range of him. Ooh. Dropped right on me. This is Splat 1. Yes, it is. And that was kind of what I was saying. You really wouldn't know to a certain degree, right? To the untrained eye, again, if you didn't know the UI changes... They functionally are incredibly similar. That's really interesting. To yours truly. There's a lot of deaths, and that's probably at the wrong time. Because they are going to move forward and probably take this one. What do you mean I lost a Splatoon game? That's impossible. Very familiar refrain there. So, inability to play this is is kind of my calling card at this point. Baxter on YouTube, yo, you like? Good. Glad you like. My day's been pretty good. Glad to hear yours is going well as well. It's one of those things you get busy with work, you get busy with dumb adult stuff, getting in the way of doing your fun things. That's thanks, sir. Appreciate you stopping by. I don't know what about it, but I like Splat 1 pacing better. Again, broad strokes really similar, right? But slight differences. You know, what guns are better in Splat 1 versus Splat 3? General sort of pace of play is, I think, probably a little bit slower in Splatoon 1. It gets a little faster, it gets a little sweatier the more you go in. Like, Splatoon 2 is sweatier than Splatoon 1. Splatoon 3 is sweatier than Splatoon 2. It's kind of the way it goes. Did I mention that you had a little mini game you could play on the gamepad while the game is matching? It's a little squid jump game, it's called. Where you can just jump up, really hard to see, but you can just jump up almost like Sonic Jump or Doodle Jump or something like that. You just keep hopping. And you get little, you know, high score readouts, and it's styled like a very retro game. So that's fun. And it's very cute. Kind of hard to show you while it's in motion, but we've got another game here. Let's get into it. You can see that I have spent some time in ranked here as well. It looks like I was B- in the ranked mode whenever I played this last, which has to be 3 to 5 years, most likely. It's been a very long time since I've really done much of anything with the Wii U. I was looking, and one thing I will do, and when it's time for Super Mario Maker, we're going to poke around on my console a bit just to see, like, when was the last time I actually played this. I updated today, and the last thing... I did have a system update to do because I still had the one from 2021 live on it. So that's fun. So it's been at least 2 years since that's happened. In terms of just having an update available for it. X is jump here too. I feel like that's not right in terms of, like, maybe Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 had different jump buttons. Oh, some things never change. We got scoped, baby. A good place for that bomb, though, or the beacon. Life is hard with a roller on a map that's not really designed for it, or advantageous for rollers, I should say. That's what I'm getting at here. Just not a whole lot of ground to cover, you know. That's the name of the game. Where are you? Why are we in danger? Trying to convince him I'm not here. But I am here. We're out here killing it. Oh, we were. Briefly, before Sniper Man had something to say about it. Again, having that full screen available at your disposal on the gamepad to see the map at all times is just... Oh, God. A game changer. How sad was that? But we're going to get squished here again, it looks like. Yes! That is a big splat. Not last this time. So that's another, bit of it that I was talking about before, chat. It's so similar to Splatoon 2 and 3. There's, again, the minor differences, but aside from that actual experience of hopping on and playing it with that specific music or playing Splat Jump while you wait, right, which actually dropped me in exactly where I left off. I remember having this timing exactly right and being able to just crush these in between. You can eventually get to the Zapfish at the top, which is cool. Can you see goal there? No. But also kind of tough because it's hard to show much of anything on the gamepad while we're playing here. There are separate stages, which is cool. So it kind of tracks, maybe it does track your progress between matches as well, which is super fun when you're playing online for a long period of time. This is just great. I wish there was more of this. Ooh, and there's goo water that comes up from underneath and chases you up as well. Urgency, folks. Urgency. Which you can't see anyway, so it's all good. You can charge in midair. It's a lot of fun. But what I was kind of getting at was there isn't a ton that you're kind of missing here. It's not like I was saying, Halo 3 or, maybe a more distinct experience that you lose out on when the servers go away. Kind of like Mario Kart Wii versus 8 and 8 Deluxe, right? You can still play 8 Deluxe on the Switch. The broad strokes are all very, very similar. It's not exactly the same, so if you are really attached to the Wii U version for whatever reason, yeah, you're obviously gonna miss that experience. As will I when it's done, but it is so similar. Same thing kind of here. There's not a whole lot of incentive to go back and play Splatoon 1 because Splatoon 2 and 3 are so very similar. Again, it sucks to have that exclusive experience where Splatoon 1 never made it over, going away. But you have such comparable experiences where it's not as maybe painful a loss as it otherwise would be, if that makes sense at all. I forgot how much fun this little squid jump game is. So there you go. Goal. We're making our way. You can even pause it. This is really funny. All right, so looks like it's taking its time giving us a new game here. Who can blame it, though? I wanted to look and see about some of the reaction of the online services going away as well. Here's a little more of a roller-friendly stage. So there are some caveats with that also. I also just really, really like the in-game music in Splatoon 1. Almost more than 2 and 3, the match music. Personal choice. That's how it do be. Oh my god, I walked right over it. I am brilliant. Every inch counts. It all counts, baby. You can just cover so much ground as a roller, you know? Anybody coming? I don't know. Yep. They coming. Oh, they coming. Oh, Lord, they coming. Focused up. All these maps, all these memories coming back to me. Oh, yes. Kraken to just move around real quick, like. Get stuck on stuff, as is the way. Clean up our home a little bit, don't we? Not today. Ooh. They're deep in their territory now. Life tough for them. As you might want to do. And if they all stay alive and they're not coming back here... kind of have carte blanche at their home turf. You know, someone did die, so we gotta be a little careful here. And they don't seem interested, so... I'm just gonna cover right back over that, and... I thought I was doing something, but apparently... that's not the case. Oh, that's rough. That very familiar womp womp. And that very, very slow march toward any level improvement. Absolutely not. Okay. A little bit more about that online shutdown here. So, again, April 8th, online play and other online communication functionality will end for the 3DS and Wii U. Excuse me, and its associated software. The tweet here says that it was sent 8:11 p.m. January 23rd from Earth, so that's good. Aliens aren't fucking with it. Until March 11th, you can merge your unused Nintendo eShop balance to your Nintendo account, so it can be used on Nintendo Switch. It will be still possible to use online services for Pokemon Bank and Poke Transporter after the service shutdown. But that may also end at some point in the future. So your Pokemon stuff for things like X and Y will still be okay. They getting ready for those Switch 2 servers is what someone said. It was an honor serving with you, Splatoon 1, and that got a lot of salute. And it will be sad to see this one go, because, man, I had a ton of good times with this one in particular. The one I got the most traction on in terms of uptake with friends playing it and just general sort of interest Spent the most time on Splatoon 1 by far. So it will be sad to see it go. It is the real end of an era because the DS generation really does sort of have its official farewell with this. You know, the 3DS and its online availability all coming to an end. Little sobering to think about. The 3DS launched in what, 2010, I want to say? No, originally early 2011 came out. And that was a damn good run. You know, online for over... It'll be almost... It will be 13 years by the time it's discontinued. The console was formally discontinued in 2020. You know, since the Switch really replaced the need for something like the 3DS. And... just really, really interesting to see. So yeah, it's all on, you know, everywhere now. 3DS family hardware was officially discontinued on September 16th, 2020. Nintendo Network services remain active in most regions. The eShop officially shut down on March 17th of last year. Most internet functionality will be discontinued in April 2024, with the exception of Pokemon Bank and the ability to re-download previously purchased software. So, if you had eShop purchases on either console, you obviously can't make new ones now, but you will still be able to go re-download those digital-only games, for example, that will not just disappear into the ether. You can't go buy them fresh anymore, but if you purchase them at any point, you'll still have access to them, and you can download them after the online services go kaput, which is good. And would kind of be a big problem if you couldn't do that, right? So here we are, just leisurely doing our thing. Don't you love when there's just that little snippet you can't get to? Oh, that's what you want. That is exactly the feeling. we're just gonna terrorize them. That's okay. Feels good to have a little momentum for change. You also don't fly back into the map, I just noticed. In the other, at least in Splatoon 3 you do, but here you just, you're just ready to go. So yeah, the pacing is just ever so slightly different in this one, and I think, personally, I think Full Metal's right there. I think it is for the betterment of the game. But I also suck at Splat 3, so who's really to say? I'm just covering turf. I'm just a turf warrior. Oh! Unfortunate. Big old ink strike. There's a lot of turf uncovered here, so we can blast all the way across the map right now. Yes! Love the little squid noises, of course. That Seeker is mean in business, aren't they? obviously we want to be Krakening as often as possible, because the Kraken's really good in Splatoon 1. Maybe not as much in the others, but here that's definitely the case. And we might have them this time. We got a lot of the middle there, but they crept up on us a little bit. God damn it. Oh, I was actually holding my own that game for once, and we still couldn't do it. That is unfortunate. Back to it. Let's look up some Wii U statistics. You talk about the legacy of any console once it really kind of hits its end. Now, the Wii U has sort of been off the radar for quite some time. Its official lifespan was not even 5 years, which is crazy to think about. Especially in today's kind of video game ecosystem where you still regularly see people playing PlayStation 4 and other stuff that's really, you know, still very much in use. It went from, in North America, November 18th, 2012 to January 31st, 2017. So that's, what, 4 years? 4 full years in just a couple of months, which is crazy. Even for other consoles, I feel like that's a fairly short life cycle. You know what I mean? Production of the Wii U ended on January 31st, 2017, right on the heels of the Switch coming out on March 3rd. Which, again, in terms of that overall experience, not to dunk on the Wii U particularly, but really eclipses it in just about every manner you can think of. The Wii U walked so the Switch could run, in some respect. Oh, response to the Wii U was mixed, as you might imagine. It was praised for its innovative gamepad controller, which, interestingly, compared to something like the Switch now, it's wild how almost like Fisher-Pricey this thing feels. It's obviously really comfortable to hold in your hand, obviously incredibly ergonomic, and was pretty cool. But, you know, even when it first launched, it was pretty cool. But even when it first launched, it had kind of a... It felt a little budget in its way. You know, it didn't feel like a premium sort of device. It didn't have a... Technologically, it even felt limited for 2012 with its really kind of low-resolution screen in the middle and it missing some features that were becoming more common and maybe more expected thanks to things like the blossoming smartphone market at the time, and it even just kind of felt a little behind the curve even at the time. That's crazy. How did you get me? So hindsight's always 20/20, so you can understand where some of that reluctance comes from, or maybe people looking back on it without a ton of fondness. I'm even hitting some frame rate drops here, which you would not see in 2 or 3. Arguably because the experience isn't that much different. Got him, though! There you go. It's just really satisfying to run into them with a roller. That's all there is to it, you know? Truthfully. This gives you some good maneuverability, though. Oh, Lord, are they coming? Are they, though? Get out of the way. Go do our roller job real quick. And then when it's Kraken time, we'll let her rip. Hopefully. Having trouble climbing here. still really satisfying when you're able to pull that off. Anything I can do to take down some of the competition here is important. These are Splatoon colors in my Splat 1. Thought I had him there. Well, that'll give them momentum to start breaching the middle, which is not good. Try to get back in there, but I think we have this one pretty well secured. This might be the one we finally win, folks. Did we get it? The most satisfying victory jingle here. It's great. Alrighty. A little bit more. Let's dig into this a bit more. So we were saying, yeah, response to the Wii U was mixed when it first came out. It was praised for its gamepad controller, improvements to online functionality over the Wii, baby steps there, honestly. Backward compatibility with Wii software and peripherals, which was great, although kind of contributed to its kind of identity crisis with advertising. And price. Comparatively quite inexpensive, which Nintendo has always been traditionally very good at. It was criticized for its user interface and functionality, which really never got much better as time went on. They did what they could to sort of improve the experience. You could get to settings, you could do certain things like launch games right from the gamepad when you first turn the console on instead of waiting for it to boot into the whole OS. The operating system is really, really sluggish. And it's so baked into the core of it, you know, performance-wise, that it was just impossible for them to streamline it, which I think is what you saw in the Switch's OS as a direct reaction to that. The Switch's operating system is incredibly snappy, responsive, and minimalist, more than likely as a result of how kind of bloated the Wii U felt. It had low sales, primarily due to a weak lineup of launch games, or one you could perceive as weak, limited third-party support, which was the case throughout the lifespan of the device, and poor marketing, including the lack of distinguishing the gamepad from being just a tablet device. All valid points. Into the skate park we go. Doing our part. As one does. Nice and colorful. None of the sus colors from Splat 3, which we've seen. Yes, I don't know what it is about the rollers, but I feel more effective with running into people in Splatoon 1, because I've used the rollers in other games, like Splat 2, Splat 3. And I feel like I just struggle to have the same level of ability to get to people that I have in the others. Or what am I saying? It's easier for me to roll over people here, is what I'm saying, as opposed to the other Splatoons. They're probably making a mess over there. But it's tough because the roller, as we've said a bunch of times, really does limit your offensive capabilities here. That's still great, though. And great. Where? Oh. The scopes are just menaces, aren't they? Ooh. That's when you gotta just fling at him, right? I'm just gonna jump in. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna die. That's what's gonna happen. And they are getting their butt chased. All right, we're gonna go back and focus on the base here, which does kind of need a little attention. Again, every percentage point counts at this point. Always does. Takes a lot to get that beacon going, and I did not have the wherewithal there. We do have kind of a clearing here. Oh. Spoke too soon. That had a lot of range. And that is probably lost. Let's see how we did. Not looking good. Looks very tropical and fun, though. We got him! Wow. There you go. Don't count yourselves out, folks. Even if you have a history of sucking at it, don't count yourselves out, I guess. Okay. What do you think, chat? One or two more before we maybe flop over to Mario Maker and call it a night? Still finding matches. It's impressive. Let's see. I'd like to see... we use system software and how it really just didn't work super well. So let's take a look at top selling games on the Wii U. Let's see. There were a total... This is... At the time, you know, a lot of people criticize it as being, even more than the Switch, just a Nintendo content delivery machine, where the third-party support wasn't really there. It didn't have a ton of other things it could do instead of just play Nintendo games. And while obviously Nintendo management fought back against that narrative, it really ended up playing out that way. Looking at this here, there are a total of 20 Wii U games which are confirmed to have sold or shipped at least 1 million units. Only 20. Of these, 14 were developed by internal Nintendo development teams. All of them were published in one or more regions by Nintendo. So, I mean... it's hard to argue with that. The best-selling game on the Wii U is Mario Kart 8, which sold over 8.4 million units worldwide. For comparison, I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 57 million copies. So combined, that's 65 million units or thereabouts. That's wild. The next in the top 5, Super Mario 3D World, sold 5.89 million units. For comparison... its port with Bowser's Fury sold 12.38 million units. New Super Mario Bros. U sold 5.82 million units, and I feel like that was a pack-in title. Right? I don't know how much you can kind of toot that one. 16.7 million units of New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, or whatever it's called, on New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Yep. So, obviously, well outsold there. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U never made it over, obviously, because there's Ultimate, much in the way that Splatoon never made it because of Splat 1. Or, sorry, Splat 1 never made it because of Splat 2. 5.38 million for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, which I have to imagine is the worst-selling Smash Bros. Game by volume. Let me see if I can find those numbers. The original Super Smash Bros. Sold 5.55 million units. Melee sold over 7. Brawl has to have sold better than that. Smash Bros. Ultimate sold 5.6 million during its first week of launch and is the third best-selling game for the Switch with 32 million copies sold. Holy lord. All right, and then number 5 on the list. Splatoon's number 6, if you were curious. 4.95 million units. Number 5 is Nintendo Land, which I think actually was a pack. It was a pack-in launch title. So there you go. 5.21 million units. You have to go down to number 18 on the list, I believe. Lego City Undercover, to find a game that was not developed explicitly by like a first or second party Nintendo studio. That was developed by TT Fusion and published by Nintendo, selling just 1.15 million units. Hyrule Warriors, and then Pokken Tournament. So I think that's the only game on the list in the top 20 that's not a Nintendo IP. Which again is really kind of telling there. And this is the classic Splatoon theme, which is just the hypest thing when you're playing. It was back then. Yeah, see, this roller's just working fine. Nope. Oh no! Wow. The snipers really dominate the game. You see that. Unless it is an insanely flat battlefield that you can run on. The snipers really are a menace. See that they just kind of own the middle area there? Quit it! And again, as a roller, there's only so much you can do. Let's switch it up. Switching tactics. But there's a lot you can do. Even one kill makes it satisfying and worth it, you know? Oh, now they're cracking too. See? People understand there's appeal to this. I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. Ugh. It's tough. All right, so we're making some headway here. Map says we're doing great on their side. And that keeps them occupied long enough for us to potentially take this. This one might be another close one. And we got him again. Wow. That's a 3-game streak here, which we didn't have in Splatoon 3 playing for like 3 or 4 hours. They might have also been down a person. So maybe that's not entirely fair. Wow. All right, well, this is definitely one I'd like to revisit. What I'd like to do, and this will probably be really soon after PAX, because PAX East is at the end of March, we'll probably line up another Wii U throwback night or two, certainly one right before the online services close down, as planned on April 8th. So that'll be fun. And we have some other Wii U content coming up as well. In particular, Sarah, Miss Nephroptosis, and I would really like to play Yoshi's Woolly World together. I haven't dug into it in a very long time. She says it looks cute and interesting, so I'd like to do that. We got one more game for you on the docket here tonight. And that's kind of in two parts. Number one, we're going to kind of take a look at some of that Wii U operating system quirkiness. But number two, we're going to dig into Super Mario Maker and look at some of the courses that I originally uploaded to the service so many years ago. I'm going to get that game. We'll load that up shortly. But right now, I want to just take you through a little bit of the interface here if you haven't seen it in a while. It's a slow console. There's no getting around it. You know, everything's very bright and big and bubbly and not chunky, but just big and bulbous. And that's kind of how the entire system feels to use. You can't go into those ones on the bottom, which I can't move around when they're on the top screen because I don't have a Wii remote attached right now. But you have like your friends list. This is how long it takes to get into your friends list. Let's do that first. So I just tapped it. Just to load the friends list, it's one beep, 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 right on Switch, right? There you go. That took a little bit of time. And I only have actually, after all this time, 7 friends, I think, on my Wii U, which is kind of crazy. I did go in and look. So obviously no one's been online for a very long time, because who's using their Wii U anymore? You could have a little slogan when people friended you. Game on was mine. Apparently, I didn't know that. And that's what it's going to stay as, and I think only 2 friends on my list have those. You see Fox has I suck, and Marcus says banana. I mean, why not, right? So now we go back. Some of those really lightweight apps, like the friend list, you can get right back to the menu. But even something like system settings, which are going to load here, this was always the huge bug there. It should never take that long to get into your system settings. And I can't even show them to you because they're on the gamepad exclusively. So you really do need the gamepad to do a lot of this, but there's, you know, some of it, right? See that? Probably. There you go. Internet settings. You can at least poke around on it so you can, you know, set TV connection types, you know. This could serve as your TV remote, so you could use the infrared on their data management. Let's go into data management and see what I have in here. I have 8 gigs free out of 32 because the maximum internal storage you could have on your Wii U was 32 gigs. So let's see what's in here really quickly before we continue on. Resident Evil REV, which looks like a demo. Splatoon Global Test Fire, so the original demo for Splatoon back in the day. Sonic Lost World demo, Mario Strikers Charged on the Wii, which I would love to play natively again. That'd be a lot of fun. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars, a bunch of virtual console games, NES Remix, which was a lot of fun, and then some apps. This thing actually had a way to watch stuff online. Netflix, YouTube, Hulu. All these apps are super outdated, but you have something like Amazon Instant Video. You remember Amazon Instant Video? And Hulu Plus, all incredibly old apps, of course. I don't know that any of them would still work. Maybe YouTube, maybe Netflix. But I imagine that all goes away in April as well. I'm kind of curious. Do those work? We'll take a look. But also, now that we're done with system settings, I just want to point out this is how long it takes to get back to the Wii menu. Or rather, the Wii U menu, with no, like, Miiverse posts to load, nothing to go out and get from the internet because all those services are offline. The nerve of just wait, or please wait after making you do all that waiting. And then it has to repopulate the touchscreen down. It's crazy. But I did have some demos saved. Resident Evil Revelations is... I had 3 demos saved there. And then video apps, I do have Netflix, Hulu Plus, Amazon Instant Video, and YouTube. I don't have Netflix anymore, and I really doubt that Hulu client is going to work. So what I want to do here is just show you my daily log. And I don't mean the captain's log if you catch my cold. So, I wonder if it's a little confused on on time, because it is not... Oh, it is. It thinks the 23rd is a Monday? Interesting. So, I've got about 2 hours of playtime today. This says, because I can go onto the gamepad for a deeper dive on exactly what I've played. Unless it thinks it's... Oh, you know what? It's an hour ahead, so it thinks it's midnight. But that wasn't a Monday, so I don't know what this thing's smoking, but... Just to give you some context here, Splatoon, it looks like I fired up 50 times, which doesn't seem right, for 42 hours of total playtime, which again seems kind of shallow. Mario Kart 8, 245 launches, it looks like, for 133 hours of playtime on the Wii U alone, if that gives you some perspective. Super Mario Maker looks like 41 launches for 15 hours of playtime. So what I'd like to do, I didn't mean to do that, but now we have to reload the menu to go back into the app, and it's so cumbersome. Moving around this console is just such a pain in the ass. Let's go back into the log, because I want to see the last time that I had activity on this console. I want to see what the last few times I did things on it were and what they were for. So let's see. Okay, so I can switch by month. So I'll do that just to kind of be efficient about it. I did not play the Wii U at all in 2022, which makes sense. Looks like the last time I have software records... This doesn't seem correct. Because now we're into 2016... It's saying the last time that I really played this was June 2016, which doesn't seem right. Because I do have a... Unless I just went on to do, like, software updates or something, I actually haven't played a game on here in... over 7 years? Is that possible? Well, let's see. According to this, the last time that I played... on my Wii U was June 9th, 2016. Maybe online, because I know we've done streams on here before. We've done Sonic Boom streams, like Rise of Lyric. We've done these things on the console, so I don't know where that playtime is. Oh, it flags weekends here. But yeah, according to this, the last time that I played the Wii that it has logged, pre-Trump sounds about right. Yeah, the world was very, very different. I played 5 titles for an hour. 40 minutes of Super Mario Maker, 14 minutes of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, 9 minutes of the Sonic Lost World demo, a minute of Balloon Fight, and a minute of the Internet Breath. Okay, so I can flip through. Hitting L and R on here will flip through here. So doing that, yeah, puts me at June 9th. Before that, April 3rd, 2016. Again, according to this. And then March 2nd, January 22nd. I don't trust this, really. I'm feeling a little sus here. But that's what's in the activity. So, let's go in then. Is there anything else interesting on the console that I can dig up to show what I've been doing? There's a health and safety information app, which I think is just hysterical. We've got notifications, internet browser, Miiverse, which doesn't work anymore, the eShop, which doesn't work anymore. I did want to see if YouTube works. So let's see if it'll do anything before we get into Mario Maker to close out the night. This has full-on, like, Wii U system sounds. Listen to that. This online service is no longer available. There you go. At least it's a very explicit error message, right? So it is no longer available. Is it just going to lock me into a... It's locking me in an error loop. That's fun. Okay, then let's close that out. So I'm assuming none of those are going to work. Maybe Netflix would work, maybe, but I don't have an active subscription, so I can't really test that out. Let's play Super Mario Maker. For the last game of the night, how's that for a fun boot up? A little throwback noise there. Okay. Here we go. What we're going to do here, I did boot it up previously just to see what was what and test and see what was working and what wasn't. What I can do here is show you the courses that I originally uploaded to the service back when it was active and play through them for you. This would basically be a blind playthrough because I don't remember anything about them. But what I did see that I thought was interesting was that I got bombarded with notifications when I signed on showing me that there's comments on your courses. There's, people favorited your course. Someone tried your course. None of which I can see, and I really dug in. So I go here to notifications. You can see all of these are dated as today because that's when I booted the game up. And you can see the last activity here is probably in 2017 for the Nintendo World Championship course. But there you can see updates with, 3 people starred your course, 60 people played your course, someone played your course. I probably lumped them all together there. And then we go back to 2015. So that's the difference in notifications here. It looks like the last time that I booted up original Mario Maker was December 16th, 2015, which is crazy. And now, over 8 years later, it's kind of lumping everything together in terms of notifications. So there was one comment on Legends of the Hidden Coin block that I will never ever see because Miiverse is long gone, as is that comment. So let's go into those courses and let's give them a go. So I have 6 here that I originally uploaded back in the day. It's all on the timing, which looks super fun. Propeller Planes, Cloud 9, Mushroom Madness, The Heat is On, and Legends of the Hidden Coin block. Let's go from the top of the list here. So this obviously looks like you gotta hunt and peck for whatever's missing here. The clear rates, it looks like world record was in 35 seconds by Rudy from the US. Now the clear rate was 12%, 61 clears out of 483 attempts. 13 favorites out of 165 unique players. Let's give it a go. There you go. So again, you can see the conceit looks like it's find the hidden coin blocks and jump your way up. You kind of can guess, I would think, to a certain degree where they're going to be, right? Yeah. Because it has to be within your radius of jumping there. That's going to be a messy fall if I have to fall. And I did. Which might have worked. Was that that's a little fireball. Ooh. I had some spicy ideas here. Tell me that's it. No, then you do it again. Okay. Hopefully a little less. There you go. It's hard to hold it with like the claw kind of grip you have to have when you're playing a Mario game on the gamepad, just because it's so big and bulky. There we go. Oh, I was going to say that would be incredibly mean of me. And then he gets stuck there. Okay, well, that's a leisurely stroll through finding your way around. Not lighting the world on fire, but there you go. Are there still... So you may still be able to access courses on here, which is interesting. All right, so there's that one. Next up is The Heat is On. 1 star out of 66 plays, 9 clears out of, what, 160? That's... A lot of people died in that middle section, whatever that is. Ben from the UK was the world record clear in 31 seconds on this one. Never seen the OG Mario Maker, really? Well, now you have. So what I'm gonna change the Twitch description here too. So I think these were uploaded in, what, 2015? So that's 8+ years later. Super Mario Maker. Only anywhere close to. Okay. Can you search Bowser's Big Bean Burrito? I will try. All right, here we go. The heat is on. Well, we've got Bowser already, so we're just flexing and jumping over him. I'm getting the conceit here. So do I have Bowser chase you throughout the stage too? Now see, I'm not cruel. You get a mushroom at least. There's not a whole lot of room for error there, is there? And you get another mushroom. If I could pick it up. And a bunch of Buddha-boos. You get a lot of coinage. There's a big old Bowser. Which I'm just gonna... I can't just jump over him. And now he's over here. Now I can. And there you go. Not too bad. That was reasonably fair. It's fun to oh, and it stops him short. You could make like little obstacle things for him to jump through when the course is complete, like that after the flagpole or whatever. And that was always fun to screw around with. Is Bowser's Big Bean Burrito? That might be... I think that's on... Is that on the second game? I will take a look at the end to see if we can search. Alrighty, so next up, Mushroom Madness. So just for the context here, I think we're going... Are we going in the opposite order of when they were created and uploaded? I think we are, so we're going back in time. Legends of the Hidden Coin Block was created on October 19th, 2015 at 11:37 a.m. The Heat is On was October 18th, 2015, 4:43 p.m. Mushroom Madness was September 19th, 2015, 3:17. 17 clears out of 164 attempts. Lukey from, I'm not sure what flag that is. 2 stars and 56 unique attempts. Here we go. In the Mario 3 style. Nice when you're too small and you run under the coins. make your way through with bombs. This is familiar to anyone who's played Bowser's Big Bean Burrito, I hope. Well, that's not very nice. Needing to get through that way. Ooh, so we're up here now. Got a piranha jumping around. We've got a little bit of Koopa time here. On to the next. A little bit of a leap of faith there. And Koopa follows us. It's like... So we gotta move. Alright, this is a pretty dense stage here. Now we've got the shoe, which we're gonna need to walk over this bit, right? And that's it. Alright, not too bad. The servers are still up. Yes, they are. I wonder if my levels are still available. So anything you uploaded is still there because the online functionality doesn't go away until April. So that's what we're doing right now. We're playing through all my courses that are available online that I frankly haven't touched since I probably uploaded them. In 2015, when this game was fresh. So that was one I just did, Mushroom Madness. So that was fun to see. All right, next up, Cloud9. Uploaded September 15th, 2015. A little after midnight. World records from... You can't search by name, huh? I don't know. I'm just going through my list of uploaded courses here. So I can poke around a little more after. Doing well, Fort. How are you? You missed Splat 1. We played OG Mario Kart 8. And now we're on to this just to kind of see what I left up here. So, Cloud9. This looks interesting. Big long IDs. A little shroom because we're not maniacs here. Got it. I see what we're doing here. Okay. Well, here you go. Little, is it obstacle course time? Like it. There we go. We're gonna do that a bunch, huh? Guess that's what I was thinking. Okay, don't bump into stuff. Thread the needle. A little bit tough on you. But you get over that hump and you at least land comfortably. Oh, now it's just, now we're just playing balloon fight or something. That's close. We're just gonna... Oh, I was gonna say, we're just gonna cheese that part. That doesn't seem very, very fun. No checkpoints either, so you gotta do it all in one go. And I don't think I left a mushroom at that last part, so you gotta go into it pretty much intact from the second portion. That's what it looked like. See, you see that game design reward? You take the harder middle path because you have to navigate, but you get more coins if you do. Not that it really matters for a Mario Maker course, but you know what you see what I'm saying? We had some technique to this, a little bit, and that's gonna suck. No shroom here. Just finished cooking, so you need to clean. I feel that. In here. Maybe it works to our advantage because I can sneak through, yeah, the little bit. Oh, I rushed and gunned it, and I got fucking killed. That's okay. One more time. All that precision at the end makes you get your knees weak, arms spaghetti, if you will. So we clear that comfortably. That's good. Here we go. This is kind of fun. Just kind of going back and taking a look at some of this old stuff. Mario Maker 2 is still up, right? That might be fun to get back into one of these days. Do a little live course design for everybody. Just kind of hanging out, seeing what works, what doesn't. We're little again, so we gotta just make our way. It's right there at the end. It gets real tricky to... We gotta just go through the bottom portion, right? There's that big gap that we can clear easily. Let's do it. A lot of deaths on the board well before that part, though, I saw, right? So I'm the one having trouble with that bit, and I made the damn thing. Okay. Trickier than it looks. There are some truly sadistic Mario Maker courses out there, as you know. We all are familiar with Bowser's Big Bean Burrito, the world records and the amount of skill it takes to clear such trying... Yep, we're just doing that. Such trying tests of stamina and skill. I like that you can run on the stuff at the end because it doesn't matter. He just becomes immune. World record on that one, 51 seconds. 8%. Next up, so there's 2 more to go. Propeller planes. 32% clear rate, so this one seems a fair bit easier. Let's see, world record from Japan. 72 clears out of 223 tries, 102 unique players, a lot of deaths in the middle there. With propeller time, let's play. I wonder if you can search by friends. We are not friends on Wii U. I actually just went through the list, and I have all of 7 friends on the whole console over time. I kind of just want to see what I made. That's fair. I'll take a look in a sec here. So clearly you're supposed to bring a shell up here. Oh, and you get a 1-up. Look at that. Nice little bonus there. Not that it really matters. It was in sequence, like 100 course kind of deal, maybe it would matter. That's not what I wanted to do. There's another Koopa up here, so I guess that worked out. And it wants me to throw it here, right? He said as the creator of the course. He jumped up into me, you know what? I'm not gonna argue with that. A lot of coin blocks here. We got the 1-up in theory. Nothing else up here to do. This little 1-up reward for you if you dare. And I dared. I might have left something back there. Not all that treacherous. This actually seems reasonably laid out. I remember kind of wanting to test myself to be like, could I make levels that kind of appeal to just like looking like a normal course? And the answer is kind of. Alright, so I don't have a propeller anymore. We're just going to make this jump, and we're good. Alrighty, so let's take a look and see what is still available in terms of... I guess I like doing that thing where he hops on the spikes at the end, just because you can. Alright, so we have 1 course left here. Let me take a quick look and see what's available out here. Play info. Makers. So there's star ranking. You can follow specific people. The exercise loading guys are a fun touch. So the most lauded makers here, Mario, Bowser, Underdog, yeah, okay, of course, but interesting. Let's see. Notifications, costumes, settings. Here's your controls, gamepad 3D audio, notifications, okay. Important information. Go to courses. So there is a search function here. I need a course ID. So if you do have courses up here, and if you're able to boot up your Wii U and see, I could play your courses potentially by course ID. Because it looks like a bunch of them are still available here that I can just go play. I don't think I have any bookmarked at this point. So, something to think about for the next Wii U night before the server shuts down, because we will do this at least one more time before the formal shutdown in April. Give it a think. Maybe go in and get some of the ones from your console that I can... I don't know that you can get them by friends. It doesn't seem that way. This is my last track, or my last course, and it's the first one it looks like I uploaded, because Propeller Planes went up on the 14th of September. This went up September 11th, 2015, at, what is that, 8:56 p.m. Foxen with the world record on this from America. 9 clears out of 702 tries. Oh, goody. It's all in the timing. I'm guessing this is one of those obnoxious, like, you have to be super specific and incredibly precise about it. Let's see. Oh. I see how. I don't have the game anymore to check. I see. But yeah, send me a friend code. I'll see what I can do. Oh. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun. So you gotta hit this in stride. Yep. Okay. Squeeze in there. Okay, a big arrow. I wonder what that could be about. Do I have to hit this? Let's just jump for it. Oh. Oh. Stupid springs. What's going on down there? It just makes, like, wahoo noises where he's, like, running around in the basement or something. Alright. So momentum's key here, it looks like. You gotta hit that spring right. Can I? Alright, so we can do this if I just leap. Excuse me? Hey, you got the rare death. Good for me. I'd better. I wonder if it's recording these. Oh! That's one way to do it. That's so obnoxious. Try this course ID. What's your ID? It's just cheat speak on the Wii U, I believe. God damn. No. That's really violent. Nah, I need that 16-digit. This one? Which ID do you want? Or I'm confused. What are you asking for? Like it's never easy with Nintendo, right? I thought you could search by Nintendo Network ID at this point. not a 16-digit friend code. If you need the friend code, I'll grab it after this because I have to go out into my friends list and close the app to... God damn. Go do that. What was I thinking with the Goomba pile there? That's obnoxious. The 9 clears is making a little more sense. So that just screws you, right? Yep. Missed that. Gotta go. Oh, boy. Alrighty. Got it. Got it. Oh, I psyched myself out. Why would I do that? Look at all those Koopas at the end. Oh, God. Nintendo made it easy with Switch. Wii U still had the 16 digits. Damn. I thought I had read that you could use the Nintendo Network ID. No wonder. And the Wii U was praised for its online advancements relative to the Wii. What a dark time. That is just ludicrously annoying. Not even one of those, like, intentionally, you know, Bowser's Big Bean Burrito, a million different things on the screen to avoid. Just, that's just obnoxious. Having to do a leap of... This is all leap of faith. So you're guessing. You know, you don't know what's coming. And that's interesting. So you're just taking the jump here, hoping the Goombas are in the right spot. Hoping you have the right amount of momentum. No wonder. And those are just traps. Man alive. I like how it gave up on the funny... Jesus. The funny, like, oh no, Mario's fallen kind of sound effects and just get right back down to it. I like how it can double back on you and hit you if you're not paying attention. That's a fun little touch. Self. Oh, God. Okay. "16 digits, too. Like, was 6 or, like... 8, 9 not enough? Or there going to be a billion players that you need 16 digits? Work letters in there and you're good. You can probably have 6 digits if there's letters included. Probably makes it a little harder, maybe between languages. I don't know. I don't have the answers. It just doesn't make sense. There we go. Okay. So I gotta get over this batch of them. Okay! And a million one-ups. There you go. So that's all my courses. And of course we blocked the door just to be a dick about it. Alrighty, wow. Nice little trip down memory lane. Oh, good. Alrighty, so let me... The friend list might be the one thing that this can do without having to kick me out of the menu. Let's see. Use the Wii U gamepad. Alright. Where is my friend? Here's Baloney. I can save him to my thing. I can't go to my profile because Miiverse doesn't exist anymore. So maybe I can't add friends? Users played with, and that's all going to be recent people, right? Yeah, from Splatoon. Let's just pick a random one here, Jonah. So I can send a friend request that way. We'd have to play together first. You've received a friend request. Fort Shadow, there you are. How'd you do that? You're my first new friend on here in probably like 7 or 8 years. That is crazy. And there you are. We just gotta cap this moment and appreciate it, because you're never gonna be able to see that online interface ever again after April. How weird is that? That is one thing that's kind of sad that I think about sometimes. The interface stuff goes away, right? So the online features and menus in different games, even in the operating system. I miss Miiverse. That's a good one. So you miss out on these kinds of things. You get error messages. You don't get as far into the menu or the service as you normally would. That's kind of a bummer. Hi, Luo. Hi, Fort. This is great. It's interactive. See, this is fun. This is what we're here for. These are the like it corrects in real time. That's really fun. But yeah, exactly. There you go. That's and if you leave that up, your me and your account will die with Hi Lu as your status for all the world to see. So what can I see about you? Nothing, because I can't go to Miiverse and see your profile. So all I can see is your me, your nickname, your Nintendo Network ID, and your status message. Walls. Funnily enough, that is technically, I think, the only way you can communicate via the Wii U at this point, because Wii U chat doesn't exist anymore. Miiverse doesn't exist. I don't know that you could physically send messages to each other, so if we really wanted to, we could communicate just through status messages on the friend list. How about that? Let's try it. I haven't changed this probably since I said it. Reply to me. Very inefficient way of chatting, but I just want to do it. I just want to do it. Give me a reply to that one. You saw what it was. And we'll just wait for it to repopulate here. This is hysterical. This is really, really funny. CPAC. Perfect. This is incredible. How about, like, I'm almost simulating it at this point, right? Just roll with me here. Rams game tonight. Is what I would put here. This is an obnoxious keyboard. And then you would reply for it with your answer. And that's how you would... That, again, chat, for those of you just joining us, this is the only way I believe that is still left that you can communicate with other people via the Wii U, at least the operating system, updating your status message in your friend list. And Forts, it looks like Forts went... Okay, that's fine. But that was just funny to experiment with here. I'm going to set it back to what it was, which was super creatively. Yeah. No limits to the creativity here. Super Bowl 53. Thanks. That's fantastic. And there you go, folks. We've successfully communicated via that. All right, Doxon21. Hi. Welcome in. All right, we got some course IDs flowing in. This is original Mario Maker, folks. We can maybe try out a few if you'd like to send them in. We're just revisiting and reminiscing on some of this beautiful Wii U magic we have before the service goes away in April, and all the multiplayer and online functionality on the console unfortunately ceases to be. We're lapping it up and eating it up while we can. All right, so here's a course ID from Full Metal initially. Let me search by code. So we have... So I'll do them in order here. Full Metal, Doxon, sorry, and Full Metal again. All right, so we have C662 0000 023A 620F. Let's see if it finds anything. It did. What did you send me here? Super Mario versus Mecha Bowzilla. Clear rate 1.57%. I see heels in the picture. This will be interesting. Created by Kiavik. Uploaded May 8th, 2016. Over 2 million plays. Let's give it a try. For the sake of time and brevity here, we may not take every course to completion if it's a super hard one. What in the world? Is this just... Oh my god. What has happened? Is this is our fate? Man, oh my god. Is this some like region locked Mario 3? This is some crazy stuff. Holy lord. Okay. Well, here we are. This is Bowser really really had some work done, huh? I'm just kind of waiting it out. Oh no. Okay, but I see what we're going for here. That is ridiculous. What's Fort saying? Hopefully you can check through friends. Let's see. I think I mainly made amiibo tracks. Yo, that's the Godzilla song. You're right. Sounds familiar. That's hilarious. Wow. This is chaotic as hell. This is really, really clever. And that's the sort of stuff that I always appreciated about Mario Maker, but never really latched onto for whatever reason. You know, obviously gave up on it pretty soon after release. But it'd be fun to get back into it. It's still fairly active on Switch, right? Mario Maker 2 is still available. So it falls into the hole, and then you just kind of have to stay alive at the end part. Easier said than done. But wow, that's funny. I want to give it an honest attempt to see if you can... That is a phenomenal intro to it. That is just hysterical. And that's supposed to be like the town that you're walking through and all the buildings, and that's really great. A lot of very clever Karen thought went into this, I'm sure. Very funny. Just love the vibe and aesthetic of Mario 3 is just phenomenal, isn't it? Even marches up the stairs. Oh man. Incredible detail. We're out of there. Is there more? I'm concerned. Am I supposed to be inside of it? Is that what we're getting at here? Oh, jeez. That was not the intent, was it? And no No checkpoints, so we're doing it again. This is hilarious. Great recommendation, Full Metal. This is a solid one. I wonder how many of these, and this is another thing to think about too, chat. How many of these courses made their way over to Mario Maker 2? And how many of these will go away forever when online services shut down? Mine certainly never did. Did they bring all of the courses from Mario Maker 1 over? I know so little about this. I can't even say for certain. I don't want to mislead you here. Damn. It's actually, it doesn't look that hard. It's actually quite hard. No joke. I don't believe the levels were ported over. Wow. So a lot of this stuff... Because you have to imagine there's a lot of creators who didn't go back and remake their stuff for Mario Maker 2. I'm certainly one. I wouldn't call myself a Mario Maker creator by any friggin' stretch of the imagination, but you see what I'm kind of getting at, right? We talk about there maybe being, you know, not a ton lost when the Wii U does lose its online services in April, but this is kind of a good example of where there may be some big loss, right? These really creative levels that aren't available anymore. Alright, let's try this part again. So I'm gonna hit this switch, and then I guess I end up going back this way, yeah? Right. I'm assuming it wants me over here. That little horn bit is hilarious. There's a checkpoint, okay. So I released its legs? Is that what I did? Interesting. So I was inside of it. We took its legs out. Was I not supposed to do that? See, now I've got, yes. Oh, you can see the boots falling into the abyss there. That's really clever. There's like a whole little story to this and everything. Love that. Okay, so Jesus Christ, you get underneath it when the fire's not running. That's, I take it, what you do here. Just let it run and do its thing. We'll have to come back with a key at some point, I'm guessing. Oh, or we just do another little survival round. Oh, and then you enter it again, so you go into the midsection of it now. Right. Immediately get hit by something, because that's the way we do it at Pet Supplies Plus. That's the heart of it, right? Okay. So we cut its heart out, quite literally. Checkpoint. Wow. So I have to shrink down pretty much to get in there. Ooh. Oh, you're supposed to jump on those, yeah. This is incredibly elaborate. Ooh. Now we're climbing. He got trapped, which means we go into it here. This trumpet thing, and there's the big baddie. Oh, everything's going nuts. What is that horn noise? Okay, that was ridiculous. What'd you say here, Duxon? Makes me so mad because the one I sent is hot garbage. All of mine are hot garbage that I was playing through previously, so it's not like we're gunning for that or anything here. If we're doing a look back on Mario Maker 1, I had to send in my OG little Timmy level. Absolutely. Timmy levels have the most heart, though. That horn is hilarious. Yeah, no, we're definitely gonna give it a look here. So thank you for sending it over. Happy to, and that's exactly what we're doing here. We're just reminiscing on Mario Maker 1, which we will do again, by the way, if you're interested. As we get closer to the actual service shutdown in April, we're gonna give it another look. Oh, he follows me around. That didn't work. Okay. I was not expecting it to be this elaborate. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Just got that one. And we're dodging all these fire billies. And in we go. Friggin' horn. Is it supposed to be an alarm? I feel like that's what we're going for here. So I'm gonna take a guess here that I'm supposed to shoot a shell into him. I need another Koopa up there. Or I just take the shell that's down here, right? It is really obnoxious with all of that shaking, though. Maybe that's the point? Oh my god, this is nuts. Do you know, by chance, what would be the best way to add storage to the Wii U? Want to download the few games I have on it to keep? Probably SD card storage, right? I don't know if the Wii U supports external hard drives, but it does have an SD card slot. So that's probably the best way to do it. Thankfully, though, anything on the eShop, you know, any previously purchased games, like I was saying, after the April 8th cutoff, you can still re-download those previously purchased titles. So as long as you have them digitally, you have options. Missed. It's not entirely clear. All right, so I'm assuming there's a very cool end to that one, but just for the sake of time here, because we have others waiting for me to play their courses, we're gonna move on here. But that is hilarious. And that was very, very fun. All right. We'll do Doxson's course next here. We have 44BD 0000 01CD 444F. Sonic Lost World can die with the console. You get it on PC. It's not going anywhere. The unclearable course. World record 3 minutes. This is from Dennis. Is that you? My OG Lil Timmy level. Here we go. It is a Lil Timmy level. Okay. I'm so good at this. Man, lots going on here. Let's see. Arrows to lead the way. Oh no. Oh. What? Ooh. Oh dear. Oh god, what? What? What is going on here? Wii U only takes external hard drives or thumb drives for storage, apparently. Interesting. And you know, I guess that does make sense because I did see a prompt for USB storage in the system settings. So I'm misleading you anyway. All right, so what's happening here?
Oh no!
Like that it messes up the depth angle too. Okay, so what's going on here? Timmy has tricked Lou. What a time to be alive. I am kind of at a loss here. Be free. Is there a gimmick that I'm missing here? Do I not remember? Is Little Timmy a legit thing? Having trouble remembering. I can't go back anyway, right? It just laughs at you for attempting. Would not be offended if you downloaded and viewed it in the editor first. I might take you up on that just for the sake of time here, because we are kind of coming up on the end of the stream, and we will be winding down in relatively short order here. So let me give that a try here. I will download it and give it a look. I have some stuff. Oh, are these all ones that I made? Yes, they are. So I have a bunch of these that I didn't upload. Ooh. That would be interesting. All right, so what's the secret here? So I go over here. Oh. We're supposed to go up yonder, I see. How do I get up yonder? Do you get up yonder? Interesting. There's doors involved. Oh my goodness. Yeah, jump on the fish. Okay. And there's a door in there. So I see. I think I see. That's fun. Great remix behind it, too. Okay. I don't remember the interface at all, and there's this massive... Oh, I can super cheese it, too. Let's cheese a little bit, again, for the sake of brevity here. What's going on up here? You get a door, and you go over here. And you die. I just want to poke around on it a little bit. Oh, they pop out. Oh, you're just so nice. Oh my lord. Does this put you into hell? Looks like it does. Die. I was where in there? I was over here. I'm just cruising through here. Gotta let the fish reach the wall to jump over it. That would make sense. I'm just perusing, seeing what's on offer here. You know. That's just a little special bit of hell there. Maybe going there, that obviously gives you a different door that you go to. I don't know how you even get down there. Maybe, oh, is that a warp block or something? It's a hidden propeller. That's nice to have. Right into hell itself. Hot garbage. No, I'm just poking around. And that's what you got in Mario Maker, right? You got all these really creative, complex journeys through wherever the hell. There's a whole underground portion now, you know. That's hilarious. Yep, different pieces of it and everything. Wow. This is very intricate. Thank you for sending this. Look how this is a lot. And I know a lot of work goes into these stages, so this is cool to see. A lot of stuff happening underground there. Alrighty, for the sake of again, for the sake of time here, we're gonna flop on over to one of the... You can always bet on Timmy levels to be complicated and bloated. Just a lot going on there. It's like a whole little mini game in itself. And Doxson with the follow. Thank you so much, Doxson. I very much appreciate the support. And again, we are intending to do more Wii U stuff, you know, revisiting those Mario Maker 1 tracks. GG. I did my best in the time allotted. We're going to do this again, so if you are interested, you know, keep an eye on notifications from Twitch. There's ! Discord, there's social media down below, all the fun stuff, to stay connected with us and all the things that are going on. I think we have one or two more from Full Metal before we call it a night here. Let's see. Well, one thing I wanted to do, I don't think I can check by friends. It looks like I do need the code. So unfortunately, Fort, I won't be able to get your courses out of here. You'd probably have to go get the game again. Which is kind of obnoxious, right? If you don't have the game to physically go poke around in, you can't show your friends your courses. Course not found. Did I put that in wrong? Well, man, I'm looking at let's see. 88D. Oh, 8BDC. That. I wonder if my library has a copy. Good question. Waluigi's Tolerable Shipping Company. Oh, Jesus. 34 seconds. 2.67% clear rate. World record Sam by Kajet. Oh, let's see. Uploaded September 15th, 2015. Let's give it a go. And this is timely because my gamepad is dying, so we would run out of... Oh, I'm the Waluigi. I'd have to... Well, I mean, I do have the cord here. I could pop it in anyway, but... I'm just going to run through Luigi's Tolerable Shipping Company here. No longer as Waluigi, which is a little questionable. I probably can't get through there, right? Oh, and it put... Yep. Okay. A lot of people fell for that one. This is hilarious. All right. This is indeed a quite tolerable shipping co. Oh, I thought that would squish me for sure. A little squish. Back to Waluigi mode. A whole one up. Oh. That's just cruel. Just checked. It has Mario Maker 2 and 3DS of all things. I didn't even think about the 3DS one. Damn. Not Wii U. That sucks. Well, here's the deal. I will mail you my copy, so you have a chance to pull your codes off of it, and you gotta mail it back. That's the rule. I don't make the rules, I just make the rules. Shit, that works. Would you actually do it? I'd be up for that. Oh, of course. Let's give this a couple more tries here. Oh. That's good and messy. Damn. Pay like $7 for shipping just to me to boot the game up for 2 minutes. I mean, that's the unfortunate kind of part of it, right? If you need access to the game for whatever reason, you gotta dredge up that physical copy. If you don't have the physical copy, well, here we are. That's definitely a discoverability problem in Mario Maker specifically. Kind of on Nintendo for not making it easier to find friends, courses like that. But was that even on the radar at that point? Like, I don't know. Can you do that in the other Mario Makers is my immediate next question. Again, Again, I have Mario Maker 2 on Switch, but I really haven't played it in a very long time, so... couldn't tell you. Oh, a door right there. That works. Nice. I believe you can search on 2, but not... and we did it! Alright. Go us. You can search on 2, but not 3DS or Wii U. Maybe I'll look into that, because that would be fun. Maybe a little bit of Mario Maker activity going on. Yeah, so I think that's definitely something that we can revisit next time we do a Wii U night, which, again, I'd like to do. So, I could see something like... you saw here, I did it. I had a whole bunch of courses saved that I didn't upload. Which I don't know how to get to my list. This just gives you some random ones, right? What is this door? I'm like relearning the interface here. I don't remember anything, but I think that's the title screen. That makes... oh, I love that it throws you right into whatever you just had going on. Interesting. Different types. I know there's more in the new one. Oh, let's see. So how do I... that was what I wanted. Pull me out of the game. Go load the manual. I just wanted to see where my courses were. That's all I'm looking for here. The ones that I didn't upload. And that's what I'm chasing. Guard courses, play info. I don't know. I'll take a look. But you saw that there were... you could ask Sarah to make a course or two for you to run through. That'd be a great idea. Have her design some in Mario Maker. That's really fun. I will ask her about that when we are done here. She is taking a big old nap, so I don't want to interrupt her right now, but that's a really good idea. Okay, so I think we have a bunch of things we can try out for the next Wii U night. We'll definitely come back to Super Mario Maker, play through more courses, so dig up some fun ones. If you have courses that, let's see, oh, you're going to see. I'll see if anyone has a copy lying around. Probably go to a Goodwill or something. I do want to go and try to find a copy of Nintendo Land, though. Underrated game. There. Very fair. What are the odds of there being a dick made of items on a course? It's got to be. I'd imagine. Especially now, if you can still upload stuff. There can't be much moderation happening, so interesting idea. But yeah, we'll definitely come back to this. I'd love to play through the courses that I made that have not been uploaded, because I guarantee you I haven't touched them in the same amount of time. So it's been almost 10 years. Just to kind of revisit that. Would love to have Sarah make a couple, just to poke around on. And would love to play yours too, so if you can dig up your old copies of Super Mario Maker on the Wii U, find those codes, the 16-digit codes, send them to us either in our Discord, !Discord. Now we can keep track of all of them in there. Or just pop back up when we do the next Mario Maker stream and have them at the ready so we can play through them all and we can revisit and reminisce on all of your great creations before they go away forever if they're not downloaded onto your console. Well, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I think that's going to do it for us tonight. And a great Oh man, great little look back at some of the cool things that the Wii U had to offer. Some exclusive online gameplay, Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon 1, that you can't get on the Switch. And a quick look at Mario Maker. So we do have more Mario Maker coming up. Sarah and I will play through Yoshi's Woolly World at some point, but that can happen anytime because there's no ticking clock on any online component for that game as far as I know. So we'll definitely come back to it. Maybe with other games that I didn't get from the house when I went to get the Wii U. So we'll see. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back next week with more for you. And if you missed the announcements in the Discord before we go, we, at least I am officially credentialed once again for media/content creator badges for PAX East. So we will be at PAX East 2024 with all of the usual goodies and potentially even more in terms of like select content for the TikTok or for Facebook or for Discord or whatever. YouTube Shorts, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. So we will officially be at PAX East 2024. If you're planning also to go, keep an eye out for us. Maybe we can all say hi together. But that's going to be great. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. More details on PAX East to come as the event gets closer. Yes, we're definitely going. It is locked in. I don't know if Justin and Teresa put their applications in yet, but I did mine last week and heard back in just like a couple of days, which was awesome. So really, really happy about that. Sonic food review could happen again. That's our yearly thing, right? That would be a great like YouTube short or TikTok too to crank out. I imagine we'll have more of an emphasis not just on the game interviews and the developer interviews that we do, along with game previews, but those little snippets, another, show floor walkthrough like we would do with live streams. We'll do more live stream content, but maybe some more bite-sized stuff that's, more appropriate for YouTube Shorts or TikToks or Facebook Shorts. So we'll see. Lots coming up, but again, we have about 2 months before that, so we're not getting too far ahead of ourselves here. We'll see what comes up next. But in the meantime, I've yapped on long enough. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a great little Wii U throwback night. There will be others to come, so keep an eye on our social medias and our Discord and whatever, so what we're playing when. I'll be back next week. I'm Lou, I'm Cheatspeak. You're watching Hypocritic GG, streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Stay fresh, cheese bags. We'll catch you back here.